Sunday stroll time, people. How are you? Hope you're well. Sunday morning, I've literally dragged my ass out of bed 10 minutes ago, jumped in the shower and thought, right, it's time for a walk. Time to get a few things off my chest from yesterday. I look dog tired, so I do apologise. Look at them, bags for life, Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is the Sunday stroll. We do this every Sunday after Ipswich Town games. As always, please like this video. Please smash that subscribe button and tell all your friends. Anyway, yesterday Ipswich Town made their first visit to the London Stadium to take on West Ham United. Julian Lopetegui's West Ham now, not David Moyes. He's moved on. First experience of going to the London Stadium, which I will come to later on in this, and I'm going to have a bit of a rant, so if you want to watch that, please stay tuned. But we'll go over the game first. A couple of changes for Town yesterday. Ben Johnson came in at right back. Axel Tuanzebe, we found out after the game, he's got a hand injury, he's had an operation. He's going to be out for a while, so he's going to be a big miss. Big miss. And also Wes Burns came in on the right hand side for Chidozie Egbone. So went into the game. What did I say on the previous show? Town need to go there. First 20-25 minutes, get yourself in the game. Don't give a goal away. They're under pressure. 52 seconds, I think it was. It's an awful start from Town. We give the ball away in midfield. Calvin Phillips, it's a real poor pass. Jacob Greaves is pulled out of position, and Jarrod Bowen, we just afford him way too much space on that left hand side. Puts a cross in. Greaves has been dragged out. Mikel Antonio, first touch of the ball, bang, 1-0, and you think, yeah, brilliant. What a great start, Town. Done the same at Southampton when they were under pressure and conceded early, and yeah, uphill struggle from them, but we got ourselves back in the game. We had a corner cleared out to their right hand side of the box. Really good turn from Liam Delap. Hits it really early, and I think Areola, he takes him a little bit unawares by taking the shot too early, gets hand to it, goes into the roof of the net. 1-1. It was like 5 minutes in, you're back in the game, and you're thinking, yeah, we've got away with that one, conceding that early goal. And then really for the next 25-30 minutes, I think Town were pretty competitive. We were in the game. Jacob Greaves has at the time, because where you're sitting there, you're quite a long way away, as a header. He puts it wide. Seeing it back last night in the match of the day, I think he should score. Gets a lot on it. If you get out on target, the keeper's not saving it because he's quite close in, goes past the post. There was a possible penalty on Liam Delap. Seeing it back, no, not really. I think it's just a tangle. He goes down, and you're thinking, yeah, we're in the game here. And then we just have a mad 10-15 minutes before half time. The first one's when Kudos should score. Muric is literally in no man's land, comes to a cross, and open goal. Should score, hits the post, heads it against the post, and we've got away one with them massively. But literally straight from the restart, from the goal kick, we try and play out from the back. They pressed us, they got the press right. It's not a great ball. Morsey, he gives it away, and I'm not quite sure, I think it's Souček in the end. It gets cleared off the line by Dara O'Shea. And there's moments in games when you think this team's going to score, because then we were like at 6s and 7s. I think then you just got away with one that's hit the post. Go long with that goal kick. Play it up to Liam Delap. You don't have to play out from the back all the time. You have to pick your moments, I think. But what do I know? That's just my opinion. Then just before half time, it's a great cross in from Emerson. Mikel Antonio, who was very good all afternoon. He just used all his experience. Powerful header, hits the bar, comes out. Kudos, 2-1. And then you think, yeah, we are up against it here. And We go in at half time 2-1. What do you need to do? Come out in the second half, keep it tight, get in the game. Shocking back pass by Ben Johnson. It's an awful back pass. It's not a great touch by Muric. Loses the ball, gets out to Jarrod Bowen, comes in from the right. Calvin Phillips doesn't get close enough and he just curls it, passes it into the bottom corner. It's 3-1. And then we're up against it then, we 3-1 down. But then we grow into the game again, had a good spell. Really good save by Areola, cross by Burns, downward header by Liam Delap, who was our man of the match by a long way yesterday. He was very good. Jack Clark has a shot, but you think at them moments, said to my lads, you need to score when you're on top in this league, in this division, you have to score. So we didn't score, and then their fourth goal, it's just way too easy. They pass it through and Paqueta's there at the back post, virtually unmarked. It's like a training goal, taps it in, 4-1, game done. So yeah, disappointing day really at the office for Town. Them moments like before half time, somehow you've got to get yourself through them moments and not concede a goal, because I think everybody watching there and probably watching at home, you could tell that they were going to score. They were on top, but even if you've got to go down with an injury, you just got to take this thing out of the game, and we didn't do that. We didn't manage the situation very well. And then yeah, it's look, we conceded the first 3 goals conceded at terrible times. 52 seconds, right before half time, right after half time. You've killed yourself, Town, yesterday in that game with that defending. But Liam Delap, like I say, once again, he was the shining light for Town up front. I thought he took his goal well. Didn't have a lot of support yesterday, and yeah, all in all, look, disappointing day at the office for Town. My takeaway from this game is, I think, first time I've been a little bit worried, because I think we've done quite well so far, but in that stadium yesterday, I think at home games, obviously we got the crowd with us. I think we'll be really competitive, and I think we'll give anybody a game. Away from home, I'll predict now that we will take a few more spankings if we don't tighten up. If we can't be so open. We're too open for me. I know you want to go and play football, but when you're coming up against these teams, they got class players, West Ham, and the people will say, yeah, but they're not doing very well. No, they're not, but they've still got. Look at the 4 scorers: Kudos, Antonio, Paqueta, Jarrod Bowen. They're all quality players, and if you give them time and you give them space, they'll hurt you. And they did hurt us yesterday. Did they have to play to their maximum, West Ham? No, I don't think they do, but I think Town, we have to play at our maximum all the time just to get things out of games, because we're starting, if anyone's not listened to, there's a great podcast, Men in Blazers, I think it's called, with Mark Ashton. Absolutely fantastic 55 minutes if you go and listen to that. He says that we're behind, like even teams like Southampton and Leicester. They had the parachute payment, so it's going to be difficult for Town. But yesterday, I think, in my opinion, we made it way too easy to West Ham to get them 3 points. They were a team under pressure yesterday at home, not having won at home, and you know what the crowd's like. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute, but used to be like at Upton Park, and we never used that against them. So yeah, I thought, let's have a look through the team. Muric in goal. He's done some good saves so far. Personally, he doesn't instill me with any confidence when I sit there watching him. Back 4, I thought Leif Davis was okay yesterday. Ben Johnson, he had a bit of a shocker, let's be honest, but I think the pile on social media, there always seems, with our fan base, not just our fan base, you always have to have a scapegoat, and I think Ben Johnson is the scapegoat at the minute. Has he started his career at Town? Well, probably not, and he'll probably be disappointed with himself, but he's hardly played any football. People need to give these players a chance. I'm not saying he had a great game, because he didn't. He really struggled. Awful back pass that led to the 3rd goal, but you can't be writing people off after a couple of free appearances. But saying that, we massively missed Twanzebe. We massively missed him, and if he's going to be out for a while, Harry Clark was on the bench yesterday, so he might get his opportunity. But yeah, Ben Johnson did struggle. The two centre backs, O'Shea, I think out of the two he was better. Jacob Greaves, the last 2 or 3 games, he's not been at his best. He's the type of centre half. I think he does a lot of good things, but I would call him a bit of a gambler. He'll gamble on certain balls and then he's dragged out of position. So yeah, look, these are your 2 centre backs going forward. I know Burgess and Wolfie was on the bench yesterday. They'll probably be disappointed in a minute, and so they should be, you know, but we'll have to see what happens there. And you can't go ripping the team apart and dropping 2 centre halves just because you've lost 4-1 away from home, because you need to be consistent with selection. That's my opinion. 2 in midfield. Morsey, he was okay. Calvin Phillips, I thought he'd done all right. The front 3 for me, all poor. They'd all get 5 out of 10. Wes Burns put 1 good ball in for Delap second half. Other than that, struggled to beat his fullback. Amari's been off the pace. I think we can all agree on that, and I know there's that discussion. He should be playing on the right hand side, but he didn't play well yesterday. Jack Clark flitted in and out. Didn't think he had a great game, and then you had Delap up front, who was excellent. Again, I thought Kieran got his subs a little bit too late yesterday. At 4-1 the game was done. It was over by the time we made the subs, which is a bit surprising because we normally make them a bit earlier, especially chasing the game. Possibly away from home, because we play quite open. I did say this, I'm not just saying this in hindsight. Personally, you might have to add another midfielder in there and be a bit more tight and a bit more compact. So we'll have to see what happens with that going forward. But Town, yeah, down to 17th in the table, and now 2 weeks off, quite a few players going away on international duty. But massive game when we come back against the Toffees. They got a decent point yesterday against Newcastle. Leicester got their first win. Southampton lost again. Wolves, Gary O'Neill under pressure there, 5-3 against Brentford. We go there soon. That's going to be a real tough game. If we don't defend properly, we'll get another slapping down there. And Crystal Palace, they complete the bottom 3. Town sits 17th, which we would all take at the end of the season. But just there were some warning signs there yesterday. It's going to be a really hard, long season. So, yeah. Anyway, I said I'll talk about the stadium, the fan experience. Now, I've been to Upton Park several times. Big fan of the bowling. It was great ground, old school, chicken run, tight to the pitch, hostile. Everything I said there yesterday about the Upton Park, it's nothing like that at the London Stadium. Look, when you walk into the stadium, it's a lot wow. I think it's a wow factor because it's a really good stadium, but no way ever is that a football stadium. You're too far away from the pitch, which I think everybody knows anyway. You're in 2 sections where the away fans are. I was lower. I was 4 rows from the pitch, so I'd had not a bad view. Still quite a long way to look down the other end. But we were divided with the other set of away fans upstairs. There's a massive sort of walkway in the middle. Someone called it a dance floor, but yeah, not great. Not a great atmosphere. I'd say 60,000 there yesterday. You wouldn't have known that. Even when they scored the goals, they played bubbles. And they've got some collab now with Peppa Pig, which is a little bit weird for West Ham. Yeah, don't really get that. But also, like, getting to the ground. Also, the train was good from Epping. Spoke to some Amers on the train, really friendly. But then you get down there, you've got to walk through the shopping centre. Here's another bugbear of mine, and I think people know this. The amount of people selling half and half scarves, unbelievable. Why would you ever buy one? I think people know that I've been consistent on that. Why would you put the date on them? Because if you don't shift them, because there was bloody loads of them being sold. There must have been about 10 or 11 people we see walking to the ground selling half and half scarves. They're just no good this morning. You got the date on them, you ain't sold them, straight in the bin, boys. So half and half scarves in the bin. Then once you get to the stadium, to get into the away end, you're queuing up in a massive queue with all the home supporters. I find it a little bit baffling. I find it a little bit worrying. If I was talking to a guy on the train, I said, what would happen if Millwall come down here? I mean, I'm not quite sure how you can segregate fans. I know when we came out, they shut off, there's a gate where we walked round, so you can't mingle with them, but then you literally walk round the corner for about 4 or 5 minutes and it joins up, and then you're back in with all of them, and then when you come out, they shut Westfield Shopping Centre off. You have to get sort of herded along with stop and go signs. So all in all, out of 5, fan experience, I'll give it 1 out of 5. It was a shit away day. I'd rather go to Accrington Stanley than go to that stadium. Hopefully we will be going back there next season, because obviously we want to stay in the Premier League. It's a temporary stand where you sit, because obviously they can wheel that out when they have athletics events. It's not a football stadium. It's a fantastic stadium, don't get me wrong. As for a football stadium, it's not for me. I don't know if anybody went in the comments, leave your comments what you thought of the stadium, because for me it was shite, absolute dog. And you have to keep, you had your tickets checked each time you went to the toilet or somewhere. 2 searches coming in, 2. Yeah, coming out was terrible. But here's another thing as well. Not happy yesterday. We're 3-1 down on 74. Too many fans going early, leaving. And I know that's their prerogative. If you've got a ticket, you can come and go as you please. But what I will say is, I didn't see many fans last season when we were away from home, winning at Coventry, getting the whole City game. Them games there, didn't see many people leaving at 75 minutes then, did I? So, little bit fickle in my opinion. I'd always stay to the bitter end. If we were losing 6-0, I'd still stay. But you can do what you want, I suppose. You get your ticket, but just got to be a bit better, Town fans. Come on. You supported us when we were making our way to the Premier League. Now you've had a tough day at West Ham. You probably want to naff off back into Westfield and get back on the beers. So, not for me, but everyone's got their view, obviously, on it, and you can do as you please. Anyway, like I say, now, no game for Ipswich Town for 2 weeks. So, we've got to sit and stew on that result. But yeah, final thoughts. I didn't think West Ham had to be great to beat us. We didn't really do enough defensively to make them really work for their goals. West Ham have got some quality players. They'll be all right. They'll probably get on a run now. I don't think some of their fans are happy with Lopetegui, but they've made that change. Then they're probably just going to have to see how it goes. As for Ipswich Town, yeah, back to the drawing board defensively. Everton coming up, Leicester coming up at home in the next block of fixtures, and then there's another bloody international break in there. We've got Everton, Brentford, Leicester and Spurs. 4 games. Let me know how many points you think in the comment section we're going to take from them. 12. I do think desperately we need to win the 2 home games. Otherwise it could be a very, very long season for Town. But we just got to stay positive. Stick to your principles, which we will. But you have to learn very, very quickly in this division, because if you don't, yeah, you have games like yesterday when it was very difficult, and you don't be chasing games at some of these stadiums, because this is when teams can just pick you off and make you look a bit silly. But yeah, we're on the journey with them. We're in the Premier League, where we all wanted to be. So keep your old chin up, support the Town, have a great Sunday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this week with video wise. Yeah, just watch this space. Anyway, great Sunday. I'm off to the garden centre. I'm going to go and have some breakfast. Anyway, I'll upload this video and it will be available to watch shortly. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.